Being a student, I know your life is not easy. You have so many assignments to do, projects to work on, and tests to study for. Plus, you have other activities and commitments. I am a student myself, and I very well know what it feels like when someone forces you to study. Wouldn't it be nice if you could study smarter and not harder, get good grades, and lead a balanced life? In this video, I will be discussing about 5 scientific ways to learn faster. So, let's get started. First, study multiple subjects each day, rather than focusing on just 1 or 2 subjects. It's more effective to study multiple subjects each day than to deep dive into 1 or 2 subjects. For example, if you are preparing for exam in maths, history, physics and chemistry, it's better to study a bit of each subject every day. This approach will help you to learn faster than by focusing on just maths on Monday, history on Tuesday, physics on Wednesday, chemistry on Thursday, and so on. So, to study smart, spread out your study time for each subject. In doing so, your brain will have more time to consolidate your learning. Second point, simplify, summarize, and compress the information. Use mnemonic devices like acronyms, as these are proven to increase learning efficiency. For example number 1, if you want to memorize the electromagnetic spectrum in order of increasing frequency, you could use this acronym or sentence: ranging Martians invaded Venus using X-ray guns. In order of increasing frequency, the electromagnetic spectrum is radio, microwave, infrared, visible, ultraviolet, X-rays, gamma rays. Second example. For example, stalactites and stalagmites. Which one grow on the top of the cave and which ones grow from the ground? The answer is stalactites grow from the top with a T, while stalagmites grow from the ground with a G. Study smart by using mnemonic devices whenever possible. In addition, you could summarize the information into a comparison table, diagram, or mind map. These tools will help you learn the information much faster. Third point, take notes by hand instead of using your laptop. Scientists recommend this, and not just because you're more likely to give in to online distractions when using your laptop. Even when laptops are used only for note-taking, learning is effective. Why? Because students who take notes by hand tend to process and reframe the information. In contrast, laptop note takers tend to write down what the teacher says word for word without first processing the information. As such, students who take notes by hand perform better in tests and exams. Fourth point, test yourself frequently. Decades of research has shown that self-testing is crucial if you want to improve your academic performance. In one experiment, University of Louisville, psychologist Kate Lyle taught the same statistics course to 2 groups of undergraduates. For the first group, Lyle asked the students to complete a 4 to 6 quiz questions at the end of each lecture. The quiz was based on material he'd just covered. For the second group, Lyle didn't give the students any quizzes. At the end of the course, Lyle discovered that the first group significantly outperformed the second on all 4 midterm exams. So, don't just passively read your textbook or your class notes. Study smart by quizzing yourself on the key concepts and equations. And as you prepare for a test, do as many practice questions as you can from different sources. Last but not the least, connect what you are learning with something you already know. In their book, Make It Stick, The Science of Successful Learning, scientists Henry Roger III and Mark A. McDaniel explain that the more strongly you relate to new concepts, two concepts you already understand, the faster you learn the new information. For example, if you're learning about electricity, you could relate it to the flow of water, voltage akin to water pressure, current akin to the flow rate of water, a battery is akin to a pump, and so on. Another example, you can think of white blood cells as soldiers that defend our body against diseases, which are the enemies. It takes time and effort to think about how to connect new information to what you already know, but the investment is worth it. I know I've shared a lot of information with you. Don't feel overwhelmed because there's no need to implement everything at one shot. Focus on just one tip a week or even one tip a month. Once you've turned that tip into a habit, move on to the next one. There's hard work involved, but I know you'll reach up to the mark.